Hello everybody, my name is Sinkara and welcome to the first episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure Deck series. In this series I'll be looking at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure Deck starting from 2020 from the perspective of someone who hasn't played competitively in quite a while. It's been a few years since my last tournament, so basically that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be looking through the structure decks and we're going to be going over them and trying to work it out. So today, very exciting, I've got the structure deck Shaddoll Showdown. It looks awesome. Check that out. Nice purple and black. I love that already. $20 New Zealand. I got this just the other day. Very excited to open it. This is the first structure deck of 2020. So let's get right into it and pop this bad boy open. Bloody hell, this is really stuck down. What the hell? They're not normally oh my god, I had a dream last night that this deck had new Orichalcos cards, so I highly doubt it, but I really hope it does. Like Orichalcos, Deuteros, and Tritos, that would have been awesome. Oh my goodness. Alright, what do we got first of all? Fantastic dual mat. Let's check this bad boy out. That's awesome. I like that. I love these things, man. These are the best. What do we got? All the new stuff. Fixture monster. Oh, that smells so good. Oh my goodness. The first thing you do when you open any Yu-Gi-Oh! Box or anything is just smell the contents. That just hits me. Every time I experience this smell, it hits me with my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure deck, which I got for Christmas many years ago. It was the Jaden Yuki structure deck, and holy shit, that smell still lingers to this day and reminds me of that. We'll have a look at that later on. But I really hope to lay this out, but I don't think that's gonna work. Alright, let's check out the actual cards today and hope for some Orichalcos shit. I don't know, I know there's no new Orichalcos cards. I would have heard about that, and even if there were, why would they be in this deck? But you never know. Dreams can come true, okay? Dreams can come true. Alright, what do we got? Oh my, that's beautiful. That's hot, man. That's hot. Oh, why is this specific structure deck box so well? The last one I got was not. Alright, what are these? What is this? Structure Deck Shaddoll Showdown. For a complete beginner's guide, visit the... Okay, so instead of giving us rulebooks, they just give us this card to scan. Okay, sure, fair enough. Visit the website. That's cool. I doubt it gives any information on the deck, so I won't bother because I already know how to play the game, but well, okay. Duel Links, nice. Visit Duel Links, 10 out of 10. Okay! El Shaddoll Grista. So Shaddolls, if I'm not mistaken. They run on fusion monsters and stuff. Oh, a nice new Link monster as well. Oh yeah, there is a bit of lore about Shaddolls, right? Like, I recognize these cards as other cards. But we'll get into that later. Look at these ultra rares. I friggin' love ultra rares, man. Ultra rares are the best rarity ever. El Shaddoll Grista. 1 shadow, 1 fire monster. Must first be fusion summoned when your opponent would special summon a monster while you have a shadow card in your hand. Quick effect. You can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then send 1 shadow card from your hand to the graveyard. I see. Do shadows operate from being sent to the graveyard? I've never actually played shadows before, surprisingly. I reckon I would like them though. This sounds awesome, and they run on flip effects and stuff. I know a bit about them, but I've never really played them. El Shadow Apcalone. Look at... Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. First thing you must always do. Gotta love that new card smell. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. You have to do it every time. Apcalone! He's got 2 effects. You can use each once per turn. Cool. Special summon. Target 1 face-up card on the field. Negate its effects. When this card is sent to the graveyard, add a shadow monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then discard 1 card. This also has a discard 1 card, so I reckon that must be... Oh, hello. Oh, Shadow Construct. I thought you were. What is this? This is new art for Construct. I've never actually seen this art before. What? And it's ultra rare. I friggin' love ultra rare, man. That's the best rarity ever. Alright, I'm loving this new art. It's really cool. I don't know if I prefer it over the old art. The old art was more centered. This is more off to the side. It's got all that blank space. But at the same time, it just looks so nice, and it's different. I also don't like the center. But yeah, that's really good. Oh, wow. Must first be special summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can send 1 shadow card from your deck to the graveyard at the start of the damage step. If this card battles a special summon monster, destroy that monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 shadow spell trapped in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Awesome, that's lovely. These must be the main boys since they're, you know, ultra rare. We also got these ones for the extra deck cards. I don't know what any of these do. Fairy, Fiend, Psychic, Fairy, Spellcaster, Rock. They're all different types and attributes, these shadow monsters. What is the play here with these? Could you use like all those old element cards? Probably not, because they're a bit shit. They don't even work in elemental heroes, but like, could you? Is that a play? Quashadow Chaos, Reshadow Windy, Nail Shadow Ariel. Didn't they used to just be Shadow? Oh, wow. Oh, holy shit. Hello. Okay, spoilers. Yeah, they just used to be shadows. What's with all these new stuff? Quad Shadow, flip, special summon a shadow from your hand and face up or face down defense position. Nice. Reshadow. She is adorable. Look at that. Ooh, sexy. Very nice. Also flip effect, always flip effect. Spellcaster, Psychic. A lot of different types. We got, okay, they're mostly spellcasters. We got some rocks and some psychic, and random stuff, but mostly spellcasters, it seems. Spellcaster, Psychic, I guess, is the main thing. And fairies, we got some rocks as well. I don't know, it's really diverse. This archetype is really diverse. Again, I've never used shadows before. I don't know how they work. Nail Shadow Ariel looks an awful lot like you. Actually, Ariel looks like a bigger bit. No, oh, that's Shadow Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, she's not Ariel, that's Construct. That's Shadow Construct. Then this is L Shadow Construct. They're the same thing, that's a little construct. Okay, I understand now, I'm getting it. Again, we gotta do a video on this. And there's Wendigo, again, we just had her, Wendy. I don't know who you are, sorry, but okay, that's interesting. Flip effect, target banish shadow monster, special summon it, and face down defense position. Very nice. Wrist Shadow Incarnation. What do? You've got something on you. You got what's his name? Chaos. Chaos? Like chaos? I get it. L Shadow Window. Again, that's Ritual Beast Window, and that behind her. That's Construct for starters, but then behind her is Apocryphort. Was there more to that? No, yeah. I don't remember its name, but you know, the Cliffort boss. Again, we gotta do a video about this. Expect a video on the lore of these guys, because that's gonna be awesome. I love card lore. Card lore is just amazing. Okay, what do we got? L Shadow Window, normal dark. This is a classic one. Very nice, very shiny. And L Shadow Shikinaga. Alright, Shadow Monster and an Earth Monster. Is the, Apocryphort guy, is he an Earth Monster? I don't know that he is. No, he must be. Yeah, Cliffort's an Earth, right? Yeah, that's interesting. Monster. And with all the diverse, attributes. Oh no, actually all these shadows are just dark, aren't they? Okay, that's interesting. All the shadows are just dark. Except, like, these fusions, a couple of them. Okay, so except for the weirdly named shadows, Nail Shadow, Reshadow, Quad Shadow, they're all actually dark monsters. Okay, that's interesting, and they're all spellcasters as well, again, except for those guys. And this guy, who is a rock. Shadow Fusion. Okay, what's the difference between Shadow Fusion and regular Fusion? Fusion, summon one Shadow Fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can also use monsters in your deck as fusion material. Okay, so it acts as a regular fusion unless your opponent has a monster summoned from the extra deck, which is really cool. It's always good when fusion cards let you use things from the deck. That's always awesome. Hold on, let me put you guys with the extra deck pile over there. Looking lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. I love these guys. Oh, they're so good looking. Alright, these guys I know. Falcol, Shadow Hedgehog, Squamata. These guys aren't new. These are the regular ones. They got tuners as well, but there's no synchros in this deck. Probably because synchros are a thing of the past, but I would add synchros because I like synchros, and just because I can, it has a tuner in it. Why the hell not? Am I right? Okay, that's cool. So yeah, if all of these are dark, but all the fusion monsters require a different attribute, which makes things difficult. So either you have to use one of these. There's not even an Earth monster in there. How does it expect us to summon Shikinaga unless there's an Earth monster in here somewhere that I haven't seen yet? But I don't think that. Oh, there's one. Okay, Cerberus, sure. But a mathematician. But I reckon this deck would go really well with Super Fusion as well, because that lets you use your opponent's monsters. And who knows what they have? They could have anything. They could have anything, which means you can go into, like, basically any of your things by stealing one of their monsters. So I think Super Fusion is definitely a must for this deck. Is Super Fusion still banned? It's not, right? No, last I checked... No, it's not banned. Is it banned? Sure, I don't think so. No. I'm pretty sure Super Fusion's back up. Anyway, Falco, Hedgehog, Squamata. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a Squamata. What is a Is that a Squamata an animal? I'm gonna have to Google that. Dragon, Beast. Draw 2 cards. Nice. I know Beast. I've used him before in other decks. Very good. And Hound. These are the classic Shaddoll guys. So obviously a must for the deck. Gotta have the classics. I don't think this one's as new as I don't think he's new for this deck. Like, just came out in this deck. I'm pretty sure he's old, but he's a pendulum. We got 2 pendulums. Zephyr and Zephranaga, like Shaking Naga. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except Shaddoll and Zephyr monsters. Ah, so he works with Zephyrs as well. Same with this one. Shaddoll and Zephyr. What correlation do Zephyrs have with Shaddolls? Okay, that's all the Shaddoll monsters. So that's, what is the basic? They're all flip effect monsters except for the pendulum ones. And they do stuff with cards in the graveyard. Target one in the graveyard if this card is sent to the graveyard. Yeah, they do things when if this is sent to the graveyard. So they have one flip effect and one if this card is sent to the graveyard. So obviously Foolish Burial is a must or something, I assume. So it's a bit like if all what are they called? I forgot. The demons. Burning Abyss. It's a bit like if Burning Abyss had flip effects. Except of course fusions don't have flip effects either, but they do have effects when they're sent to the graveyard. So that's interesting. They have effects when sent to the graveyard. Blackluster Soldier, of course. Always gotta have the BLS if you can. If you can summon it, you put it in. Good times. I remember when he was meta. Is he still meta? I don't think he is anymore, but Lava Golem, fair enough. Always good to have a Lava Golem. Dark Arm Dragon, very nice. Do I have a Dark Arm? I'm pretty sure I have a Dark Arm. That's cool, that's cool. Fairy Tale Sleeper, what does this do? It's not the Fairy Tale card that I recognize. Flip! You can special summon one monster from your hand when your opponent activates a normal spell or trap card. Quick effect. You contribute one other monster. The activated effect becomes change one face-up monster your opponent controls face-down defense position. Okay, neat. I'm a bit slow. Okay, I get it now. Right. So, when your opponent activates a spell or trap, you change their spell or trap effect to flip one of your monsters face down, which of course is fantastic because all your monsters have flip effects. Right. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's actually a pretty good card for the stick. Fairy Tale Sleeper. Very nice, very nice. I forget what the other Fairy Tale does. The meta one, but, well, it used to be meta. I don't know if it is anymore. Perform Mage, Trick Clown. Classic. I remember this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one Perform Mage monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and its attack and defense becomes 0. You take 1,000 damage. Do we have any other Perform Mages in here? I would assume so. That is a no. Oh, if it's into the graveyard, so you can target itself. Okay, cool. Why? Just for fun? Not meta anymore, is it? Okay, sure, why not? It has the if it's into the graveyard effect, I guess, so I mean, that makes it relevant. Armageddon Knight, of course, staple, send stuff to the graveyard from your deck. Clearly that works well in Shaddolls. Fearless Lightsworn Archer, again, sends things from deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a monster effect, special summon it. You contribute this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, then send top 3 cards to deck to the graveyard because it's a Lightsworn. Alright. Again, I don't know that this is the best card for the deck, but it does send things from the deck to the graveyard. Just top of the deck though, so it's not as good, but can still definitely get off Shaddoll effects. Perhaps a Lightsworn Shaddoll mix would be a good way to go. We'll have to look into that, but that's, yeah, sure. Oh, it has to be special summon. It can't be normal summon or set. Wait, what? What do you use to summon it? I mean, sure, there's probably a bunch of things, but that's kind of dumb. Okay, that kind of lost its flair a bit. Electromagnetic Turtle, nice staple if you're sending things to the graveyard, presumably with Phallus. But do these guys send random things from the deck to the graveyard? Hold on, let me have a quick scan. No, they don't seem to. So in that case, is this really the best card for the deck? It works with Lightsworns well because of their dumping to the graveyard effect. But these guys don't seem to have that. They do have effects when they go to the graveyard, so maybe there'll be some spell and trap cards that'll do that for us. Get Electromagnetic Turtle in the graveyard. This would go really good with Painful Choice if it weren't banned. Mathematician, of course, staple, gotta send stuff to the graveyard, and they can't just have 2 Armageddon Knights, nor can they have 2 Mathematicians, but we can. I have a nice, like, super, is it super rare? No, it's better than super rare. It's like secret rare, I think, Mathematician, which is really nice. Curry Bandit, yo! I don't actually think I have a Curry Bandit. Was there a Curry Bandit in, no, I must do. It would have been in the Yugi Legendary decks, I think. But, oh, Curry Bandit, that's awesome to finally have one. If I didn't have one already, but, oh, I love Curry Bandit. Curry Bandit's so good. And yet, that works with the deck. Send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard and grab a spell trap. That works so well. I love Curry Bandit. I love decks that can use Curry Bandit, because I just love Curry Bandit. Curry Bandit is great. He's fantastic. I love him. It just reminds me of a time when hands were meta, and I like the hands. Hands were fun. Remember that Fire Hand, Ice Hand? Oh, those were good times, good times. Cerberus. This is our discount Earth monster to summon Shiganananananana. So let's see what he does. If you take damage by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Target one card on the field, destroy it. Okay, neat. That's cool. I guess it works if we really dump things to the graveyard a lot. Okay, now we're going in to our spell and trap cards. Each time a Shaddoll monster is sent to the graveyard, place a spellstone counter on this card. All monsters you control your opponent controls lose 100 attack for each spellstone counter on this card. I did not realize this card was a Shaddoll card. I've seen it, and it never looked interesting, so I never read it, but interesting. Curse of the Shadow Prison. That's creepy, man. Wait, isn't that not a Shaddoll? That's something... Okay, now we're getting back into the lore here. So the Shaddolls, because they're all... Yeah, that's him. That's Chaos. That's Chaos. I forget what this card is, but it was taken by this Shadow Prison and turned into Quad Shadow Chaos. And that's the same with all the Shaddolls, except the regular Shaddolls. But all the L Shaddolls, now Shadows, blah 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 blah, they're all different. They're like other monsters. They're all other monsters. I mean, that's got Apocryphal, that's Ritual Tamer. You know, I think Construct's just Construct. I'll have to look into that. Again, yeah. So they're all linked up in that way. And wow, his armor's really... Look at it, he's got a lot of different colored gems. Oh my god, that's awesome. Do you see that? That's so cool. So that's interesting. So they get taken by the Shadow Prison and turned into these Shadow creatures. Interesting. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore. It's so cool. I'm really looking for things that just dump things from the deck to the graveyard. Does this have more of that? Because it's got a few effects that go off because of it. But in Curry Bandit, if you're lucky, you get into Turtle, I guess. But yeah. Is there anything more like that? Fusion summon a Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand and field as fusion material. You can from your hand or field. Okay. Why? Well, I guess it's a quick play. But why is that better than polymerization or something? I guess only because it's a quick play, you can whip it off in your opponent's turn, but otherwise it's just the same and only lets you summon Shaddolls. But I guess you probably wouldn't need to summon any other fusion monster except Shaddolls, so I guess it's okay. Interesting, fair enough. Doesn't have any other effects. You can only use it once per turn. Yeah, okay. I mean, you would use it because it's a quick play. You wouldn't swap it out for a polymerization because this is a quick play, so may as well. Comes in handy. You can also use it during the battle phase. Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay, cool. Nephi Shaddoll Fusion. Again, this showing the process. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Because see, I knew that pattern, right? That was from the Cliff Forts. I mean, that just screams Cliff Fort, right? And now we've got Cliff Forts in here, and they're coming out of the Cliff Fort tree thing. Interesting. Oh man. I can't wait to go into the lore of this. This is so cool. Activate this card by declaring one attribute. Equip only to a Shadow monster and it becomes that attribute. This is like Clear World stuff, except for Shaddolls. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, including the equipped monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, that's cool. So it acts as an attribute changer, so that you can summon off all these things that require different attributes, and a fusion card. So that's really helpful. That's really good. I wonder if Clear World would work in this deck. Probably not, actually, because we don't change the attribute of our opponent's monsters. That's lame. That's just disappointing. Hey, super polymerization. Called it. Knew it would be in here. Gotta have it. I mean, with all these different, with these specific fusion materials that require, you know, like Dark Monster, different attribute type stuff, you gotta have the super fusion, obviously. Staple. I mean, you can't not. Instant fusion, fair enough. Why not? Lure of Darkness, of course, gotta have it. Foolish Burial, again, called it. If this weren't in here, I would be very disappointed in Konami. Like, what are you doing? Living Fossil, activate this card by targeting a level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon and equip it with this card, but banish it when it leaves the field, even if this card has left the field. Okay. Alright, yep, okay. When this card leaves the field, banish the equipped monster. The equipped monster loses 1000 attack and defense, and its effects are negated. I mean, sure. I guess. I mean, you can use Monster Reborn, it's not banned anymore. Reborn's better! Reborn's better. I don't see any benefit to using Living Fossil over Reborn. Part of every— Oh, what? Oh, hey, look at this, we got the Hitler Stash! We got the Hitler Stash Avarice! Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I didn't think TCG had Hitler Stash Avarice. I thought that was just the OCG one. Oh, that's awesome! Oh my goodness, this is my new prize card. I don't have a Hitler Stash Avarice. What? Oh, that's so good. This is... This is one. This is... Buy the deck just for this. You can buy this off me, just kidding, because I want it, but I'm gonna buy more of this deck, so then you can buy this off me if you just want the Hitler Star Avarice. But wow, hit me up with that. Oh, that's awesome. Hitler Star Avarice. Yeah, oh man, look at that. Look at that. Hitler Star Avarice never gets old. I love that shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hitler Star Avarice. Oh, you make my day. Okay, and Twin Twisters, of course. Discard. Destroy 2. Very nice. Shadow Core. Special summon this card as an effect monster. Okay, and it's a substitution for a fusion card. Interesting. Okay, very cool. Shadow Core. Again, we gotta get into the lore of this. What is all this? And now we got the Yin Yang stuff. Sinister Shadow games, which is interesting. We have the not Yin Yang, Yang Zing, and it's a shadow card. It has nothing to do with Yang Zings. It's purely shadow, which is really interesting. Peru Shadow Aeon, of course, Lost Wind. What is this? Target a face-up special summon monster on the field, negate its effects. Also, its original attack is halved. If a monster is special summoned from the opponent's extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card for banishment. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That comes in handy for sure. Unending Nightmare. Oh man, I love the art of that. Like these characters, I gotta make a deck just based on them because their art is fantastic. I love them. Oh, they do have monsters, so yeah, you can make a deck based on them. Target a face-up spell or trap, destroy it. Oh yeah, that's kind of lame. That's a little underwhelming. Just use Mystical Space Typhoon. Oh, it's continuous trap. Lol. Okay, that's much better. I thought it was just a normal trap. Pay 1,000, destroy something face up. Like, okay, well, alright then. Necrofusion. Fusion summon a monster from your extra deck, banishing materials from your graveyard face down. Very good, of course. Gotta have the fusion stuff. Subterra Succession. Honestly, I would just have more super fusions and shadow fusions, I think. Necrofusion is probably pretty useful. Oh yeah, because you always dump things in the graveyard with this deck, so Necrofusion is probably, yeah, that's a good addition for sure. Subterra Succession, and here we go back into the other fusions. Wendigo, El Shadow, Anoyated, and oh bloody hell, how do you pronounce these things? Anoyatilis, fusion summon. Either player can special summon monster from the hand or graveyard using spell or trap effects. What? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a shadow spell or trap and add it to your hand. That's pretty good. That's a pretty lockdown effect. Do they all have lockdown effects like that? Again, we'll look into this more and build a proper deck. And finally, Shadow Construct, which is really interesting because that's obviously L Shadow Construct before he was an L Shadow, which is really cool. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, first episode of this new series. It will get better and better as we go. And next time, I'm going to be looking into this deck and giving the basic, you know, how should you play this deck, etc. You can buy this off me if you really want. Hit me up if you want this deck or any cards from it. But I'm also gonna, you know, get them together, add it with some old decks, make it better, and then you can buy that one if you're really interested in a Shadow deck. So stick around for that. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like and subscribe for the Hitler Star Avarice, because we love that. Hitler Star Avarice. Like and subscribe for that. Oh yes, that's the stuff. Leave a comment. Hashtag Hitler Star Avarice. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bit different than normal, but we're gonna keep it going. Thank you all so much for watching. My name has been Sankara, and until next time, see ya.